Hi, I'm Lynn, Dave's behind the camera, and welcome to another episode of the NCBeerBuzz. We're pleased to be in Boone with probably the newest brewery in North Carolina. We are 6 days into the operation of the Lost Province Brewing Company.
Correct.
Yeah, in Boone, right on, what's the street I turned on?
Depot Street.
Depot Street. So there probably used to be a train running somewhere around here.
Right down the road.
Right
The
down
other end
road.
of the block.
Good. So, and we're here with Andy Mason and his wife Lynn, and they run the show and are the brains behind the operation. And he's an old home brewer who grew up and decided he wanted to be a brewer in fact. And now he's all legal and licensed and putting out great brew here in Lost Province. We're going to talk to him and let him introduce his brewer here in a minute. Thanks for having us in.
Thanks, we appreciate it, Glenn.
It's so great to be up here, and it's going to be a wonderful weekend, beautiful weather.
We look forward to having you here in the high country, and you're welcome, and really happy you came to visit us. Thank you very much.
Wouldn't miss it. We love to get around.
Great.
So, introduce your brewer to us.
Great. I'd like to also introduce my wife, Lynn. Lynn is the CEO of the company. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and Director of Brewery Services, but in this room, brew house, I'm a brewer. This is one of my other brewers. This is Aaron Maas, and he came out of Flat Top Brewing up in Banner Elk. And our other brewer is Seth Hewitt, who came out of the Ivory Tower Brewing Program up here at ASU, and also has brewed in a number of different places. He's brewed down at Howard. And where else has he brewed, Aaron?
Part-time just like me, helping out over at Blowing Rock Brewing Company.
Correct.
And also he spent some time working on some other projects around here. He's doing the High Country Beer Festival. He's on board for that. He's very active in the beer community.
So you feel good about the team?
I feel great about the team.
You were able to get the talent you think you wanted?
I got a great team of brewers. I mean, my background is in chemistry, so I think that I bring the theoretical background and the formulation background, those kinds of issues, but I've got two guys that have really great practical experience, and I think between the three of us we make a great team. We're going to produce some great products.
Great. So we're going to talk about the beer first, and then we'll morph into some of the front side operations.
Sure.
We're standing in a great, beautiful new, it's all clean and nice since it's only 6 days old, but Andy assures us it's going to stay clean and nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's
So what's the system? Describe your system to us.
Well, it's a brand new specific mechanical 10-barrel system. It's steam heated, the hot side is. We've got a right mechanical boiler over there, 55S. Right now I've got a 22-barrel hot liquor tank, and like I said, the specific system is designed to cast off nominally 10 barrels. We've got 5 10-barrel fermenters and 6 10-barrel bright tanks, and right now we're in the process of filling them up. We've done a total of 6 brews. 2 are on tap, an Irish dry stout and an ESB.
We've satisfied with the other 4.
They're getting great reviews. Everything's getting great reviews so far. We've got an IPA, a cream ale, Belgian Golden, and yesterday we did a double red IPA, which is going to be massively dry hopped.
Right here.
Yep,
Fermenting
right there,
away.
fermenting away.
Away.
This thing bubbling behind us.
That's great. So what will we come to know as a Lost Province beer? Will there be a style, a flavor, a benchmark? We can always look at something and say Lost Province?
Aaron, you got that?
I would actually say it might even be a variety of beers.
Okay.
I don't know that we're going to necessarily, well, I know we're not going to necessarily have any specific flagship beer like several other breweries do. We're going to have a bunch of beers on a rotating basis. So whether you come here every day out of the week or you come here once a month, hopefully there's something new for you to try each time you visit.
I think our goal is to be predictably unpredictable.
And across all styles?
Correct.
And lager too?
Lagers eventually, yeah. We're going to donate a tank or designate a tank and do some lagers. I mean, I really love Bavarian beers. I love Czech beers. Last winter I did a Munich Helles and a Munich Dunkel back-to-back, and those are just great beers. So, yeah, we want to have them if we can.
That's great. So let's talk about the front side. There's also a great restaurant facility in the front of the building. And this is an old Chevy dealership in Boone, if you are that acquainted with the old Boone area. I guess that's been a Chevy dealership in some years now.
Not a long time.
What was the facility when you got hold of it?
You take that, Lynn?
Well, I'll start with that one. The building had been underutilized for a number of years, and so we were able to obtain arrangements for use of this building, which was wonderful. And we basically did a total makeover of the building. There was asbestos abatement at the early stages of the construction project. And the only thing really standing right now that was here was the very deep slab for the Chevy dealership, 4 walls in the roof, and we pretty much gutted and rebuilt the rest of the building. We did retain the second floor, and it had to be added reinforcement to the supports. So though that was an addition at some point to the building, we retained it, but it was remodeled. So we have totally remodeled. We retained a sculpture wall in the main area of the restaurant that was added by a previous tenant, by an artist named David Siles, and it is just a real attraction to this building.
It's beautiful.
And it was just very appropriate for our name, Lost Province. It depicts a nature scene.
Woodland scene.
Woodland scene, which is what the Lost Province is all about.
Okay.
So we are able to offer a full-service restaurant featuring a Le Pagnol wood-fired oven. So our cuisine centers around a variety of wood-fired oven pizzas, but also many other menu items that have either incorporated beer or use of the wood-fired oven. And salads, we're big on trying to integrate. Everything is made fresh. And we try to source as many of the food items locally as we can.
And I met the chef coming in. He came in from somewhere else, I assume.
He did. He came in from Jersey, but the interesting thing about the chef is he's my identical twin brother. So we managed to wrangle him to come on down and help us out.
You won't mix them up if you ever see. You'll get the joke if you see the chef.
But so anyhow, we feel like we have just a really fun menu, a lot of fun items. We have what we call Lost and Found, which are appetizers for the table. Those are dishes that you can eat as an entree if you want, or you can get and share with your table. And then we have a variety of pizzas, and then some wonderful desserts.
That's great.
And to complement the beer side of what we're doing, we do offer a variety of wines by the glass and bottle. And we've also featuring some dessert wines. We think this will be a great location for someone to come in for a late night dessert, and if they want obviously some beer, that's available, but we'll have some dessert wines.
And there's an outdoor seating area.
Patio, yep.
That's great. Now, are we mostly catering to Appalachian State students or an older crowd?
Well, we like to say we're here for the community. We want to represent the community in its broadest sense.
Okay.
Obviously, ASU is a part of that, the people that live and work in our community, but also this is a tourist destination. So our door is open to everyone, and we really hope it is a gathering place for our broader community.
That's great. So how do you make the leap from a professional career as a toxicologist and decide I'm going to do this and really step out in faith and execute it?
You know, it's always been a desire. I mean, we came to Boone in 1995 with the idea of doing this.
And I assume you never thought about leaving town to do it somewhere else.
No.
You knew if you were doing it.
Once we got to Boone, we knew this was where we wanted to be.
I keep on saying you're going to have to drag me out of here either with a stick or in a box, one of the two ways.
Right.
So no, this is home. I just love this town, love this area, love the people, love the environment, and no. So we never thought of doing it anywhere else. We came here with the idea of doing it, but I think the thing is, you know, I did my prior career for about 40 years, and I figured 40 years of that is enough for anybody, and it was time to go have some fun and make some beer, and you know, just enjoy being out with people more.
And we all hear from startup breweries what a struggle it is to get on your feet and get the door actually open as you did 5 or 6 days ago.
Yep.
Was it more trouble than you thought it might be actually, or did it go smoothly?
I think it went about as well as can be expected. I mean, it was a struggle. There's no question about it. The amount of work that was done by all of our team, and we had a great team working on it. From the CEO, from myself, from our chef, from our baker, which is my son. Everybody really pitched. My daughter's the front of house manager. Everybody pitched in and worked their little tails off.
So you got a whole family involved.
The whole family.
This is a true
That's
family
operation.
Family operation.
As long as you can pay everybody, we'll be all right.
Yeah, and that's going to be, you know, the next challenge to make sure we forecast it correctly. And I wouldn't say it was necessarily a struggle. There's a lot of steps to go through.
There's a lot.
And I think it's a very detailed process. And I think, you know, people are fond of saying, you know, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Well, I'd call this a dinosaur. And wouldn't go, I would not use the word struggle, but there's a lot of detail
It's a lot of work.
And we just systematically worked through it.
One thing at a time.
Whether it was at the federal, state, local level, but, you know, all in all, the process went amazingly well because this went from concept to opening doors in less than a year and a half.
Oh, great. That's amazing.
We feel really good
We
about the timeframe.
started working on this project in February last year, and we opened August 8th of this year.
That's amazing.
So we couldn't ask for a better process.
No, I think
I mean,
that
we had
time
to do
was
a major
aggressive.
renovation.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, it was. As a matter of fact, I mean,
So before we close, we'll talk a little bit about the beer again.
Sure.
For now, we only get Lost Province beer here on premises, I assume.
that's correct.
What are the plans for distribution or putting it out in the broader marketplace?
Well, I think that depends on you know, our production capacity and demand here in the restaurant.
Okay, you will serve your people first,
and serve our
here
people
on
first.
premises.
Yep.
But you've got a system that's big enough to do more.
It is.
Okay.
Well, I think the thing is, like I said, the best problem that I have is that I can't keep up with my own bar. Right. So first thing we're going to do is produce enough, fill all these tanks, and make sure the people at our bar are happy, and then we'll do an assessment once we reach that point.
And you may compete for some tap space in some local accounts.
Potentially.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. I mean, obviously, one thing we don't have yet that obviously we're going to put in place soon is a growler program. So I think the combination of the bar and the growlers, and we'll see where that takes us, and then we'll make a rational decision after that.
That's great. Thanks so much for having us in.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you,
It's been
Glenn.
great.
Thank you.
So when you're in Boone, make sure you hit up Depot Street and find the fellows in the old Chevrolet dealership. It's now at Lost Province Brewing Company, and let the Masons and Aaron show you a beer or two you haven't tried before. And that's one thing you can say when you come into Lost Province, you won't have had this beer anywhere else, at least not for now. So find your way here when you get a chance next time. This has been another episode of NC Beer Buzz, and for the NC Beer guys, remember, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.